What do you get when you take a group of normal people and put them in a tight spot, in situations they can't control, and send them into an endless abyss of darkness that will spiral down their minds and send a chill down their spines? You get a brilliant story, a gripping, beautifully woven tale of a high school student, his teacher, and a helpless girl as they struggle to survive in the midst of an unimaginable horror. And you get the most inventive survival horror game in existence. Hello, and welcome, marvelous gamers. Today we talk about a game that has been compared with the likes of Silent Hill, but never got the recognition that it deserved among the Western audience. A game that perhaps set the cornerstone for stealth survival horror way back in 2008, but went unnoticed due to its demographic setting of remote Japan that the Western audience could not relate with. Developed by Japan Studio and published by Sony Computer Entertainment, released back in July 2008 as the third installment and a revamp of the Siren series, Siren Bloodcursed is one survival horror game that you would not want to miss.
Bring her along!
Introducing The Curse of Hanuta Village. The story is set in the autumn of 2007 as an American TV crew visits a remote village in the mysterious mountains of Japan that was rumored to have vanished completely from existence in 1976 under supernatural circumstances. The game starts off as a film crew is stopped in the middle of the highway at night by an undead policeman. The player has no weapons and no options, but to run away in a desperate attempt to save his life and avoid getting shot by the zombie. Set mostly in Hanuta Village, including the Karuwari and Tabori districts, the Hanuta Mine, and the Saiga Hospital, the game explores interconnected stories featuring different characters in unique survival horror situations in a series of 12 chronological episodes. The village has a unique cultural blend of Western and Japanese cultures and follows a religion known as Mana. The god of Mana, Kaiko, is the game's primary antagonist, who has set a curse upon the region to spread his influence, raising the dead as the ghastly Shibito and preventing any human who enters from escaping. As the story progresses, we get to know from Miyako, a little girl who has been attempting to escape the village for a long time, that the area is stuck in an unending time loop, and that an artifact known as the Urian must be obtained to fend off the otherworldly spirit known as the Kaiko. Let us take a look at what makes this game really good, and why we recommend playing it even after 14 years since its release. Gameplay and design. Siren Bloodcurse actively encourages hiding. It is the epitome of a nerve-wracking survival horror cum stealth experience that feels very fresh and equally unnerving. The village of Hanuta is haunted by monsters around every nook and cranny. Designed by artist Isao Takahashi, these undead creatures are a nightmarish sight, which will make every single player who dares to play the game wonder about the level of disturbance that the writers have had to put their team through to come up with designs as horrifying as the Shibito. The player takes control of one of the many characters in the game at the beginning of each of 12 linked episodes. Each contains intersecting chapters for different characters who must complete a mission where most of the gameplay takes place. This is a third-person survival horror game that incorporates stealth elements into its gameplay. Characters are generally unarmed when the mission starts, making them easy targets, and leaving them with little choice to engage. The player's limited arsenal includes shovels, pistols, rifles, and even a katana. Gameplay is based on quick decision-making, whether it is bracing a door to prevent a Shibito attack, or hiding and sneaking past their patrol routes. The world design is commendable, with the game exploring various elements of the horror genre like sacrificial rituals, and other occult situations. The game is full of disturbing images, great sound design, and well-developed aesthetics of the Japanese mountainscape. The introduction of the sight jacking feature for this third installment of the Siren series is a brilliant upgrade, as it lets the players change their perspective of the environment by entering a trance, which lets them switch back and forth between characters and assign separate objectives to them. The story moves forward with completing objectives and through cutscenes, which leads to the introductory trailer for the next episode. The game picks up its pace and starts to truly build a sense of tension and suspense that plays with the gamer's psyche and forces them to experience a sense of anxiety and claustrophobia, something that the Siren series and SCE Studios Japan is famous for. The pacing of each chapter is substantially longer as the game progresses, and more emphasis is given on stealth strategy to clear levels. With the Shibitos growing stronger and the complexity of multi-stage missions increasing, the game manages to maintain a delicate balance of breakneck tempo and subsequent downtime, which helps deliver the true essence of Japanese-style survival horror. The inventory is simple, known as archives, and maintains a record of all the weapons found in the game, along with audio recordings, videos, and documents collected by the player by completing missions, which are pertinent to discover details of the story. The stunning visuals of the remote village has a grainy Silent Hill approach to its visual storytelling that is complemented beautifully by the music of the game. Led by Hitomi Shizumu, the sound department has created an excellent audioscape throughout the game, with lots of spooky samples that get triggered when enemies are approaching or while interacting with objects of interest. The haunting score sets the tone for the aura of the curse that engulfs the town of Hanuta with a mix of low chants, wails, and string sections. With a campaign time of good 12 to 16 hours, Blood Curse is a game that every horror enthusiast would enjoy, whether you are playing the game for the first time or just reminiscing childhood memories. Why should you heed the Siren's call? With a Metacritic of 78%, Siren Blood Curse received generally favorable reviews. The compelling aesthetics, brilliant interconnected storytelling, along with excellent level design and complementing sound design, the game was on its way to being one of the best survival stealth horror games in 2008. But sadly, due to its offbeat cultural setting of Japan and characters that were revamped from the original franchise to cater to the Western crowd, did not work out well for the game. Undoubtedly, Siren Blood Curse was the best thing to appear in the genre in a very long time. As rightfully stated by Eurogamer, the skillful way Siren toys with your loyalty and pulls surprises points the way for future attempts at this style of multifaceted interactive storytelling. Yet, this underrated survival horror title took a major dip on the global sales charts due to the shortcomings of the gameplay and the crippled playability coupled with a clunky first-person ADS. Blood Curse has a lot of room to grow, at least regarding certain aspects of its combat experience. But what it lacks in gameplay, it makes up for more than in its design. The characters are relatable. The game is mostly fun to play with campaigns that keep you hooked. The adrenaline rush of stealth gameplay is addictive, and the game overall is an exciting experience. If you are not picky about game mechanics and approach this game as what it really is, a stealth horror from back in the old days, Siren Blood Curse is the perfect title to chill with if you decide to revisit your PS3 this weekend. Did you like our review for the game? Do press that like button. What is your favorite stealth horror game in recent times? Let us know in the comments below and subscribe to Marvelous Gamers for more such content. Press the bell icon for instant notifications so you never miss the next upload. Until next time, over and out.